Australia is home to some of the most beautiful landscapes in the world, but beneath its stunning scenery lies a darker side. Scattered across the country are hotels with chilling pasts, where ghostly whispers, shadowy figures, and unexplained events have left guests terrified. From eerie footsteps in empty hallways to restless spirits that refuse to check out, these haunted hotels hold secrets that will send shivers down your spine. Are you brave enough to spend the night? Join us as we explore the most haunted hotels of Australia, where the past never truly rests. 10. RoR Magnetic Island, formerly Salina Magnetic Island, Queensland. Located off the coast of North Queensland, Magnetic Island is known for its stunning beaches and tropical landscapes. But beyond its natural beauty, the island has a dark history that has earned it a reputation as a hotspot for the paranormal. One of the most infamous haunted locations on the island is the RoR Magnetic Island, formerly known as Salina Magnetic Island. This historic building, once a lively hostel, has a history steeped in both tragedy and the supernatural. Before its transformation into the well-known Salina Magnetic Island, the building had a rich and varied past. Originally, it was a resort and a part of the island's early tourism development. Magnetic Island itself was initially home to the Wulgarukaba people, the traditional owners of the land, before European settlers arrived in the 19th century. The island was gradually developed, with many buildings popping up for tourists and workers in the mining industry, which had been prominent in the area. The building that would later become Salina was once part of this influx, serving as a place for travelers to rest during their visits to the island. The relaxed atmosphere and tropical surroundings made it a popular destination for vacationers. However, there was a darker side to the island's history. Like many areas in Queensland, the island had seen its share of violent conflicts, deaths, and accidents, particularly from the early days of European settlement. These unsettling events have contributed to the eerie atmosphere that lingers today. In the 21st century, the building was rebranded as Salina Magnetic Island, a trendy backpackers' haven and a spot for travelers to unwind. Over time, however, the hotel gained a reputation for being one of the most haunted places on the island, with guests and staff alike reporting unsettling experiences. Locals have long spoken of strange occurrences that seem to be connected to the building's past, and many believe it is haunted by spirits who either died or were affected by the tragic events that transpired there. After its rebranding to RoR Magnetic Island, the hauntings did not stop. In fact, they continued and even became more pronounced. Tourists and staff working in the area began to experience strange encounters, fueling the stories of the hotel's dark past. RoR Magnetic Island has been a site of countless paranormal events, with many reports of unsettling phenomena. Whether it's a strange figure lurking in the halls or objects moving by themselves, the hotel seems to be home to spirits that refuse to rest. The shadow figure, another frequently encountered ghostly figure, is that of a dark shadow, often seen moving quickly across the rooms. Some guests have described the figure as being tall and shadowy, making it difficult to discern any specific features. These sightings are often accompanied by a feeling of dread or being watched, which leads many to believe that the figure is not a friendly spirit. Guests staying at the hotel frequently report hearing whispers and muffled voices in the middle of the night, even when no one else is around. These voices seem to come from the walls or ceiling, and no matter how much guests search for the source, they can't find any explanation. Another eerie phenomenon is the sound of footsteps echoing through the hallways, especially in areas of the building that are usually empty. These footsteps often seem to come from behind guests, only to stop when they turn around. Objects moving on their own. One of the most unnerving reports from guests and staff at RoR Magnetic Island is the movement of objects, sometimes in plain sight. Chairs have been reported to shift positions, doors open and close by themselves, and glasses have been knocked off tables without anyone being nearby. Mysterious smells. Another odd occurrence at the hotel is the appearance of unexplainable smells, often linked to decay or smoke. These smells seem to appear without warning, especially in the early hours of the morning, adding to the creepy atmosphere of the hotel. The history of Magnetic Island is filled with tales of violent conflicts and accidents, some of which may have contributed to the hotel's haunting reputation. Unsolved deaths. Some locals believe that the hauntings may be connected to the unresolved deaths of people who lived or stayed on the island in the past. Many of these deaths were sudden or tragic, and the spirits of those who died in such circumstances may still linger in the area. The woman in white, for example, is believed to have been a victim of an accident or a drowning, her spirit unable to move on due to the traumatic nature of her death. The island's military history. Magnetic Island also has a rich military history, particularly during World War II, when the island served as a training base for soldiers. Some theories suggest that the hotel may be haunted by the spirits of soldiers who died in the area during the war. Their restless souls, unable to find peace, could be the source of the strange phenomena reported by guests. The Wulgarukaba people's curse. Another theory circulating among locals is that the island may be cursed by the Wulgarukaba people, the traditional owners of Magnetic Island. According to this legend, the island's spirits are angry at the disturbances caused by European settlement, and they have cursed the land to ensure that no one can live there in peace. Some believe that the haunting of the RoR Magnetic Island is a manifestation of this curse. The RoR Magnetic Island has been the subject of several paranormal investigations, with ghost hunters and paranormal experts visiting the location to document and try to understand the strange occurrences. These investigations have helped confirm that the hotel is indeed one of the most haunted places on the island. One such investigation, carried out by a local paranormal team, revealed several pieces of evidence supporting the claims of the hotel's haunted reputation. EVP recordings, electronic voice phenomena, have captured mysterious voices, and infrared cameras have picked up strange shadowy figures moving throughout the building. The RoR Magnetic Island has even been featured on local ghost tours and paranormal TV shows, attracting tourists and enthusiasts alike who are eager to experience the supernatural firsthand. Despite its haunted reputation, RoR Magnetic Island, formerly Salina, continues to be a popular spot for tourists seeking a unique experience. For many, the thrill of staying in a place with such a rich history and eerie atmosphere adds to the allure of the hotel. The combination of stunning views and the potential for ghostly encounters makes it a must-visit destination for those intrigued by the supernatural. 9. The Australian Hotel, Boonah, Queensland. The Australian Hotel was established in 1901, during a time when the town of Boonah was a bustling hub for the surrounding farming and agricultural communities. As a central meeting point for locals, it quickly became a social landmark in the area. The hotel's welcoming facade and rustic charm made it a popular spot for travelers, locals, and workers, but beneath its welcoming exterior, a long history of tragedy and sorrow began to unfold. While the Australian Hotel initially served as a prosperous establishment, the land around it had a much darker past. The area was known for a series of local conflicts and incidents related to land disputes and violence, especially during the early 1900s. These unsettling events left a stain on the history of Boonah, and over the years, some believe the hotel became a magnet for restless spirits. The haunting stories surrounding the Australian Hotel started to gain attention in the mid-20th century, when guests and staff began reporting strange and unsettling experiences. Over time, these ghostly encounters became more frequent and disturbing. The Australian Hotel gained a reputation as one of Queensland's most haunted locations, drawing people from all over the world in search of the supernatural. Guests and employees at the Australian Hotel have been witness to a series of strange and unexplained incidents. From eerie noises to full-blown apparitions, these encounters have left many wondering if the hotel's past is still very much alive. The soldier's spirit. Another common apparition is that of a soldier in uniform, whose presence is often felt in the rooms and hallways. The soldier's ghostly image is thought to be connected to the hotel's history during the time of the World Wars, when soldiers would have stayed there on their way to and from battle. This spirit has been described as wandering the hotel aimlessly, sometimes standing by windows, as though watching for something, or someone, that never arrives. Footsteps and rattling chains. Many guests have reported hearing the sound of footsteps in the corridors, even when no one is around. Sometimes, the sound of rattling chains can be heard echoing through the halls, particularly in the middle of the night. These noises are often followed by a sudden chill in the air, leading some to believe that they are caused by the spirits of those who met an untimely end. Disembodied voices and whispers. Another frequent occurrence in the hotel is the sound of disembodied voices and whispers. Guests often report hearing quiet conversations in empty rooms, or voices calling out their names when no one else is around. The unsettling nature of these whispers often leaves guests feeling uneasy and, in some cases, completely terrified. One of the most bizarre phenomena at the Australian hotel is the movement of objects without explanation. Guests have witnessed furniture being rearranged while they are out of the room, or items such as glasses and chairs being knocked over, seemingly by an unseen force. Some believe these occurrences are the result of spirits trying to communicate, while others speculate that it could be the vengeful spirit of a guest or former resident who suffered an unjust fate. Theories about the hauntings at the Australian hotel are plentiful, and many local legends have been passed down over the years. Tragic love story. One of the most popular theories revolves around the spirit of a woman who was deeply in love with a soldier. According to legend, the soldier was tragically killed in battle, and the woman's grief caused her to retreat into the hotel, where she spent the rest of her days waiting for his return. It is believed that her sorrow and longing for him may have created a spiritual attachment to the building, trapping her spirit in the hotel. The ghost of a murdered worker. Another theory suggests that the spirit of a murdered worker haunts the hotel. According to this legend, a man who worked at the hotel was tragically killed during a violent altercation, and his vengeful spirit is said to still roam the building. Guests who have stayed in certain rooms claim to feel an oppressive and sinister presence, often accompanied by strange noises and unexplained movements. Ghostly soldiers of the past. Given the hotel's long history during wartime, many believe that the hotel is haunted by the spirits of soldiers who stayed there, particularly during World War I and World War II. These soldiers are thought to have experienced untimely deaths and unfinished business, leading to their restless spirits returning to the hotel after their passing. The Australian hotel has become a popular site for paranormal investigations. Its long history and wealth of ghostly reports have made it an attractive destination for those interested in the supernatural. The hotel has been featured on ghost tours and paranormal TV shows, which have documented the eerie experiences and haunted activities. These investigations have confirmed that the hotel is indeed one of the most haunted locations in the region. Local news reports and documentaries. The hotel's haunting history has been documented in various local media outlets, further cementing its place in Boonah's folklore. Some of these reports have featured first-hand accounts of ghostly encounters, adding to the hotel's mystique. Today, the Australian hotel continues to operate as a thriving pub and accommodation venue. However, its haunted reputation remains part of its charm. The hotel offers ghost tours for those brave enough to explore the haunted areas and learn more about the spirits that linger within its walls. 8. North Kapunda Hotel, Kapunda, South Australia. The North Kapunda Hotel dates back to 1849, during the early days of the Kapunda copper mining boom. Established as the North Kapunda Arms, it quickly became a popular spot for miners, settlers, and travelers passing through the area. The hotel's prime location in a town thriving with mining activity ensured its importance, and it played a central role in local gatherings and events. Over the years, the hotel underwent several name changes and renovations. Despite these updates, it continued to serve as a hub for the community. However, as with many old buildings, the history of the hotel was not without its darker moments. The loss of life in the area due to mining accidents and other tragedies would later contribute to its ghostly legends. The haunting stories of the North Kapunda Hotel began to surface in the mid-20th century, and since then, the hotel has gained a reputation as one of South Australia's most haunted places. With a history that spans over 170 years, it's no surprise that so many strange occurrences have been reported over time. Guests and staff have spoken of unexplained events that blur the lines between the living and the dead. Guests and visitors to the hotel have reported a series of disturbing paranormal experiences. From eerie whispers to full apparitions, the haunting tales have become the stuff of legend. The ghostly children. One of the most commonly reported spirits in the hotel is that of a young girl. Often seen near the windows and in the hallways, her presence is described as both eerie and sad. Some say she is the spirit of a child who died under tragic circumstances, though no one knows for sure. The man in black, a tall figure, always dressed in black, is a frequent apparition in the hotel. He's been seen wandering the upper floors and even entering rooms, particularly unsettling guests who encounter him in the dead of night. His shadowy form is often accompanied by an oppressive feeling, making some people physically uncomfortable. The haunted maid, staff members have reported seeing a figure of an older woman in traditional clothing walking through the lobby or the bar area. Her sudden appearances have caused chills among those who have seen her, and many believe she was once a maid who worked at the hotel in the early years. Whispers and voices. Many visitors have described hearing voices or whispers echoing through the hotel's hallways, particularly at night. These eerie sounds are often accompanied by the sensation of being watched. Doors slamming. Another bizarre incident commonly reported by guests is the slamming of doors in the hotel, often when no one is around. Some claim that they can hear footsteps following them, only to turn around and find no one there. Unexplained cold spots. Cold drafts and sudden drops in temperature have been noted, especially in certain rooms and corridors. Guests have often felt as if they are being touched or brushed against by something unseen, adding to the unsettling atmosphere. Over the years, rumors surrounding the North Kapunda Hotel have ranged from tragic to mysterious, with many trying to uncover the truth behind the supernatural occurrences. The hotel's dark past. Some believe that the hotel's ghostly residents are tied to the grief and tragedy surrounding the mining boom in Kapunda. Many miners lost their lives in accidents, and some speculate that their restless spirits are connected to the building. A fire that once broke out in the area may have also contributed to the hotel's haunted reputation. The ghost of the doctor. According to local legend, a doctor named Dr. Matthew Henry Smith Blood is believed to be another spirit that haunts the hotel. Known for conducting unconventional experiments during his time, his spirit is said to have remained behind, drawn to the site of the North Kapunda Hotel where strange and unexplained events have unfolded. The murder mystery. Some say the hotel is the site of an unsolved crime, a murder or tragic event that continues to haunt the place. While no concrete evidence of this has surfaced, the theories and rumors continue to circulate, adding an extra layer of intrigue to the hotel's eerie reputation. Over the years, the North Kapunda Hotel has been the focus of numerous paranormal investigations, television shows, and documentaries, solidifying its place in South Australia's ghostly folklore. Kapunda, most haunted town in the Western world. A 2001 documentary put the spotlight on Kapunda's haunted history, with the North Kapunda Hotel featured as one of the town's most notorious haunted locations. Haunting Australia. The hotel was also featured on the Haunting Australia series, where investigators tried to uncover the truth behind its dark and mysterious reputation. International recognition. As one of the most haunted hotels in South Australia, the North Kapunda Hotel has earned a reputation worldwide, attracting paranormal enthusiasts and thrill seekers from across the globe. Today, the North Kapunda Hotel continues to operate as a lively pub and accommodation venue. It's a place where history, mystery, and the supernatural collide, and for those brave enough to visit, the hotel offers ghost tours that take visitors through the haunted areas, sharing chilling stories and personal accounts of paranormal encounters. 7. Calamanda Hotel, Kalamunda, Western Australia. Originally built in 1902, the hotel was later reconstructed in 1928 by Patrick "Paddy" Connolly, a wealthy racehorse owner. Over the years, it has remained a beloved pub and inn, but behind its charming exterior lies a dark and chilling history that continues to send shivers down the spines of visitors and staff alike. The Kalamanda Hotel was originally designed to accommodate weary travelers and provide a social hub for the growing community. It quickly became a popular spot for locals and tourists alike, offering warm hospitality and lively entertainment. However, as time passed, mysterious and tragic events began to taint the hotel's reputation. The hotel's eerie reputation grew due to a series of unexplained phenomena. Many believe that spirits from its past still walk its halls, unwilling to let go of their tragic stories. The most famous of these is the tale of a young woman who took her own life in the hotel. According to legend, this woman became pregnant out of wedlock, a scandalous fate in the early 1900s. Overcome with despair and fear, she reportedly jumped from a second-story balcony, meeting a tragic end. Her restless spirit is said to linger in room 24, where guests frequently report strange lights, cold spots, and an overwhelming feeling of sadness. Visitors and staff have recounted chilling experiences at the Calamanda Hotel, with some refusing to return after witnessing the unexplainable. Among the most spine-tingling encounters are the lady in room 24. Many guests claim to have woken up in the middle of the night to see a shadowy female figure standing at the foot of their bed, only for her to vanish into thin air. Some have felt a ghostly hand brush against them or heard faint whispers in the dead of night. Paddy's ghost. Some believe that Paddy Connolly, the hotel's original owner, still keeps watch over his beloved establishment. Staff members have described seeing an apparition of a man with a handlebar mustache, often standing near the bar, glaring at them before disappearing. Unexplained sounds and objects moving, doors creak open on their own, glasses fall from shelves without cause, and furniture shifts slightly as if moved by invisible hands. One particularly unsettling incident involved a locked room. A guest staying in room 3 once found himself unable to open the door from the inside, even though the key was still in the lock. Disembodied voices and laughter. Employees cleaning the hotel late at night have heard their names whispered when no one else was around. Others report the sound of childlike giggles echoing through empty hallways, sending chills down their spines. The woman in white. Several people claim to have seen a woman in a long, Victorian-style dress gliding silently through the corridors. Some say she appears to be searching for something, or someone, before vanishing into thin air. The legends surrounding the Kalamanda Hotel have sparked endless speculation. Some believe that the tragic spirits of those who died there remain trapped, while others think that the building itself holds residual energy from decades of strong emotions, joy, sorrow, and despair. Paranormal investigators have conducted ghost hunts, using EVP recorders and thermal cameras to capture evidence of the supernatural, with many claiming to have documented inexplicable noises and ghostly figures. Despite, or perhaps because of, its haunted reputation, the Kalamanda Hotel continues to be a popular spot for thrill-seekers and paranormal enthusiasts. 6. Royal Hotel, Seymour, Victoria. As one of Seymour's earliest structures, the Royal Hotel quickly became a community hub. Its grand ballroom once hosted some of the most lavish events in the state, echoing with music, laughter, and the footsteps of dancers. However, its roles as a courthouse, police lockup, and morgue introduced darker undertones to its history. One particularly gruesome tale ties the hotel to the infamous bushranger Dan "Mad Dog" Morgan. After his death in 1865, it's rumored that his severed head was displayed on the hotel's bar during its journey to Melbourne for an autopsy. This macabre event has led some to believe that Morgan's restless spirit may still linger within the premises. Over the years, both staff and guests have reported a series of unsettling experiences. Room 5. This particular room is notorious among the hotel staff. Some refuse to enter, citing an overwhelming sense of dread. Guests have reported sudden drops in temperature and the feeling of being watched by unseen eyes. The crying infant. Echoes of a baby's cries have been heard emanating from the area that once served as the morgue. Despite thorough searches, no source for the sounds has ever been found, leaving many to wonder about the origins of these phantom wails. Phantom footsteps and music. The sound of footsteps pacing empty hallways, whispers in vacant rooms, and music playing when no band is present have all been reported. These auditory anomalies contribute to the hotel's eerie reputation. The Royal Hotel has embraced its haunted reputation, offering paranormal investigation tours for those brave enough to explore its spectral secrets. Led by experienced mediums and investigators, these tours provide participants with paranormal equipment to detect and communicate with the spirits believed to inhabit the hotel. During these investigations, some have reported interactions with unseen entities, capturing EVPs, electronic voice phenomena, and experiencing physical sensations such as touches or sudden chills. The hotel's rich history and the multitude of roles it has played in the community seem to have left an indelible mark, with spirits from various eras making their presence known. Today, the Royal Hotel stands as a testament to Seymour's vibrant past, offering guests not only a place to rest but also a journey through time. 5. The Hotel Windsor, Melbourne. Built in 1883, the Hotel Windsor was designed to rival the grand hotels of Europe. It became the meeting place for Melbourne's elite, hosting politicians, celebrities, and royalty. From lavish banquets to secret political negotiations, the hotel has seen history unfold behind its doors. But with prestige comes scandal, loss, and lingering spirits. Over the decades, the Windsor has been home to mystery, untimely deaths, and guests who checked in but never left, at least, not in the way you'd expect. Despite its beauty, the Windsor is no ordinary hotel. Guests and staff have reported strange occurrences, from flickering lights to chilling whispers in empty corridors. But it's not just the occasional ghostly presence. Some spirits here are active, intelligent, and very much aware of the living. The hauntings of the Hotel Windsor are not just rumors, they have been experienced firsthand by many. The woman in white, perhaps the most famous spirit, a mysterious woman in white has been seen roaming the hallways. She appears suddenly, her gaze filled with sorrow, before disappearing into the walls. Some believe she was a heartbroken bride-to-be, abandoned at the altar and unable to move on. The phantom bellboy, guests have reported hearing a knock at their door, followed by the sound of footsteps walking away. But when they check, there's no one there. Some even claim to have seen a ghostly bellboy, dressed in an old-fashioned uniform, standing outside their room before fading into nothingness. Room 308, the Unseen Presence, one of the most haunted rooms in the hotel. Room 308, is known for its unexplainable cold spots and a heavy, suffocating energy. Some guests have reported waking up to the sensation of someone sitting on their bed, though when they turn on the light, they are alone. Disembodied whispers and crying, many have heard the sound of whispering voices in the dead of night, as if unseen guests are still holding conversations from decades past. Others report hearing soft crying from the end of the hallway, only to find no one there. Rumors and legends. Secret affairs and lost souls. Some believe that powerful politicians and wealthy figures conducted secret affairs in the hotel, leading to tragedy, betrayal, and restless spirits. The haunted elevator. The Windsor's old-fashioned elevator is said to move on its own, stopping at floors without being called. Some believe it's guided by an unseen presence, forever trapped between worlds. Ghostly guests who never leave. Staff have encountered empty rooms with beds that appear freshly slept in, even though no one checked in. A ghostly imprint on the pillow, an indentation on the mattress, proof that someone, or something, spent the night. 4. Port Arthur Motor Inn. In 1830, the British established Port Arthur Penal Settlement, a prison designed for the worst of the worst. Murderers, thieves, and repeat offenders were sent here, forced into backbreaking labor and unimaginable punishment. The conditions were inhumane. Floggings, solitary confinement, and psychological torture were routine. Some prisoners went mad, others took their own lives, and many were executed. The walls of the prison absorbed centuries of agony, and even after the settlement was abandoned in 1877, the souls of the damned refused to leave. The land, tainted by suffering, was later repurposed, and in time, the Port Arthur Motor Inn was built, right on top of this cursed ground. The Port Arthur Motor Inn is the only hotel within the historic site, giving guests unparalleled access to one of Australia's most haunted locations. But some visitors get more than they bargained for. Staff and guests have reported unexplained cold spots, whispers in the dead of night, and even full-bodied apparitions roaming the halls. Some say they've awoken to the feeling of invisible hands gripping their wrists, as if someone from the past is trying to drag them away. Encounters and terrifying incidents. The spirits of Port Arthur are not shy, and for those who stay at the inn, they make their presence known. The Weeping Woman. Guests have reported hearing the sound of soft sobbing outside their rooms. When they investigate, they see a woman in old-fashioned clothing, her face hidden, until she vanishes into thin air. The Ghostly Prisoner. A shadowy figure in shackles has been spotted near the bar area, his head hanging low, as if still suffering his eternal punishment. The Disembodied Hands. Some guests have felt cold, ghostly fingers brushing against their skin while sleeping, only to wake up and find nothing but darkness. The screams from the ruins. Many visitors stepping outside at night have heard blood-curdling screams coming from the historic site, despite there being no one around. One of the most chilling encounters involved a skeptic who mocked the hauntings, only to wake up gasping for air, a heavy, unseen force pressing on his chest. The next morning, he checked out without a word. Some believe that spirits can attach themselves to guests, following them home and continuing their torment beyond the walls of Port Arthur. Others whisper that a demonic presence lurks beneath the ruins, something older and far more sinister than just lost souls. A few claim that certain rooms in the inn are cursed. Guests who stay in them either flee in the middle of the night or wake up with scratches and bruises. 3. Hotel Kurrajong, Canberra. Built in 1926, Hotel Kurrajong was originally designed as a residence for government officials, public servants, and visiting dignitaries. Located just a short distance from Parliament House, it became a hub for important political discussions, hidden alliances, and, some say, deadly secrets. But the most infamous connection is to Ben Chifley, Australia's 16th Prime Minister. On the night of June 13, 1951, Chifley suffered a fatal heart attack inside room 214, forever tying his spirit to the hotel. Many believe he never truly left. Following its closure in 1977, Hotel Kurrajong underwent renovations before reopening as a boutique hotel. But with its revival came a flood of eerie reports, strange occurrences that could not be explained. Guests began experiencing cold spots, flickering lights, and the distinct scent of cigar smoke, Chifley's signature indulgence. Staff reported hearing footsteps in empty hallways and doors opening on their own. Some claimed to have seen a shadowy figure, dressed in old-fashioned attire, silently watching from the second floor before vanishing into thin air. The most chilling encounters happen in room 214, the very place where Ben Chifley took his last breath. The phantom presence. Many guests have awoken in the middle of the night to find an unseen force pressing on their chest, as if mirroring Chifley's fatal heart attack. Ghostly knockings, loud knocks on doors in the dead of night, but when guests check, the hallways are completely empty. The vanishing man. Several visitors have seen a tall man in a dark suit, standing near the window in room 214. But when they look again, he's gone. Paranormal investigators who have visited Hotel Kurrajong claim to have captured EVP recordings, electronic voice phenomena, of a deep, raspy voice saying, "I'm still here." Some believe Chifley's unfinished business keeps his spirit tied to the hotel. Others claim that more than one ghost roams the halls, possibly spirits of past politicians, government officials, or even spies who met mysterious fates. A few even whisper that the hotel is a hotspot for residual hauntings, meaning the past plays out like a ghostly recording on repeat, forever echoing through time. 2. Q Station, Sydney. Established in 1832, Q Station was Sydney's frontline defence against disease. Anyone arriving in Australia suspected of carrying deadly illnesses like smallpox, Spanish flu, tuberculosis, and the bubonic plague was sent here. Entire families were torn apart, forced into isolation, unsure if they'd ever leave. Patients died horrific deaths in agonizing pain, without family, without comfort. Many bodies were buried in mass graves on site, their spirits restless, unable to find peace. The morgue, the hospital, and the shower block became places of particular horror. The disinfection showers were not just cleansing, they were terrifying experiences where people were stripped, scrubbed, and sometimes burned by strong carbolic acid. It is said that the energy of fear and suffering still clings to these walls. When Q Station shut down in 1984, it transformed into a tourist site and hotel. But what should have been a peaceful retreat quickly became a paranormal nightmare. Guests and staff began reporting shadowy figures, disembodied whispers, and sudden, unexplained sickness. The most active locations include the Gravedigger's Cottage, where guests have awoken to invisible hands gripping their throats. The morgue, a place of unrelenting dread, where the air turns ice cold, and ghostly apparitions are seen hovering near the metal slabs. The nurse's quarters, a woman in a long black dress has been seen wandering, her sorrowful cries filling the night air. Visitors claim that Q Station spirits are not just passive observers, some are angry, aggressive, and even violent. The matron's ghost, a former nurse, still watching over the sick, has been seen scolding visitors for entering the hospital without permission. The screaming man, a tormented soul whose loud, guttural screams echo through the tunnels at night. The poltergeist of the shower block, many guests have reported being pushed, scratched, or even locked inside, with the doors refusing to budge until the spirit is done tormenting them. Paranormal investigators have recorded EVP sessions with voices pleading for help. Some have even captured full-bodied apparitions on camera, proving that whatever haunts Q Station is very real. Q Station's dark reputation has led to chilling rumors. Some believe spirits can attach themselves to visitors, following them home. Others claim that certain areas of the station are gateways, where the dead and the living can briefly cross paths. There are whispers of a demonic presence lurking beneath the hospital, something not of this world, something darker than just lost souls. Despite, or perhaps because of, its terrifying past, Q Station has become a hotspot for ghost tours and overnight stays. Some come seeking adventure, others answers. But many leave with scratches, bruises, and stories they'll never forget. 1. The Russell Boutique Hotel, Sydney. The Russell Boutique Hotel was not always a welcoming retreat for tourists. In the early 1800s, this very site had a much darker purpose. It was once a sailor's hostel, a hospital, and even a makeshift quarantine station during disease outbreaks. The Rocks was a rough neighborhood, filled with crime, suffering, and death. Many of the early settlers, convicts, and sailors who passed through these streets met untimely ends, and some believe their spirits never left. One of the most disturbing chapters in the hotel's past is its connection to Sydney's 19th-century bubonic plague outbreak. The building served as a hospital, and many unfortunate souls perished within its walls. It is said that the echoes of their agony still linger in the atmosphere. As time passed and the Russell Boutique Hotel became a more refined establishment, eerie occurrences began to surface. Guests and staff alike reported an unsettling presence, particularly in Room 8, now infamous for its spectral inhabitant. Whispers of ghostly figures wandering the halls, chilling cold spots, and objects moving on their own spread like wildfire. Some guests would wake up in the dead of night, feeling an unseen force watching them from the foot of their bed. Others reported the sound of footsteps echoing in empty corridors or the faint scent of old perfume lingering in the air. The most well-known spirit believed to haunt the hotel is that of a former sailor. According to legends, he met a violent end in or near the hotel, either in a drunken brawl or at the hands of an unknown killer. His restless spirit is said to remain within Room 8, where guests frequently report being watched. Many have described the sensation of someone staring at them while they sleep, only to wake up and find the room empty. Mysterious figures. Some guests claim to see a shadowy man in sailor's attire standing in the room, only for him to vanish when they blink. Unexplained noises, loud knocking, scratching sounds, and even deep breathing have been recorded when no one else was around. Hotel staff have also had their fair share of eerie experiences. Housekeepers have spoken of beds that unmake themselves, lights flickering at will, and whispers calling their names. The Russell Boutique Hotel's reputation as one of Sydney's most haunted locations has attracted paranormal enthusiasts from all over the world. Some psychics believe that more than just one spirit roams the halls, possibly past patients of the old hospital or victims of crimes in the Rock's violent history. Some urban legends even suggest that Room 8 is a portal to the afterlife, with visitors claiming to experience sleep paralysis, strange visions, or even brief possessions. Others believe that the hotel's haunting is a residual imprint of its dark past, replaying itself like a never-ending ghostly record. Despite the chilling encounters, the Russell Boutique Hotel remains a thriving destination, with some guests even booking Room 8 on purpose, hoping to experience the paranormal firsthand. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, one thing is certain: once you step into this historic hotel, the past will never feel too far away.